we go.
Wake up! With the Sleepy Boys podcast, hosted by me and my brothers Bill and Dean. On this week's episode, we get into the week that was, a little revisiting of some guilty pleasures. Build your big three. Bad nicknames edition. Of course, you gotta delve into the things that we don't even know about during Dean's conspiracy theory of the week. And always finish the show on a good time during Bill's Balls Games. Speaking of, Bill, what's up, man? How has you been?
Not bad. Welcome to the live stream. There's someone watching already, so I'm not sure who it is.
Uh-oh.
Mr. Quillet.
Hello.
Is it? Can they comment?
They can comment. I don't know if it's going to come straight to me. This is on StreamYard, but it's streaming to YouTube and Facebook. So we'll see how it goes. It's our first one. Going to be a little tinkering going around. Oh, Jason Dawson.
Oh.
He says, good evening.
JD, what up?
JD.
Appreciate it.
He was the 1940s Christmas movies.
I know, man. Yeah. It was a list. I mean, to say a traditional list, a list you could trust, I think. A pure pocket passer list.
Game manager list.
A game manager list.
Likes to stay in the pocket, yeah. So welcome everybody. There's five people in here. 3 people. It keeps fluctuating. So he likes old stuff. So anyone that comments, I'll put them up on the screen as we go along. Eddie, you're the
He likes it how it used to be. I mean, we like it like it the way it's supposed to be, the way the Lord intended. I'll tell you that.
So Eddie,
Yeah.
through the course of tonight, I'm going to, if anyone comments, I'm going to just throw it up on there, and you're going to have to do your hosting duties and do a quick turnaround. So,
Yeah, throw the comments up. We got it.
My week, pretty good, considering, I mean, living in Michigan, pretty cold, kind of sucked on Tuesday, but that really just kind of leads me into my failed segment coming back, Bill's Rules of the Road.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, buddy, what a week for people that, geez, dude. I watched multiple SUVs go 70 when I was going maybe 45, and I do it for a living. Just not a care in the world. Slow down. The 5 minutes isn't going to save you. That's all my rules of the road this week. Is just slow down. You don't know if there's ice or not.
It's true.
It's just it's insane to me. So besides that, week was pretty good. Pretty excited for this live stream. So yeah.
Wait, so you need people to take an extra 5? I mean,
yeah. I mean, come on. You've seen these people.
Yeah. No, I know.
What do they look like? What do these people look like? Eh?
All shapes, sizes, and colors.
It's not the way it used to be. Am I right?
Oh, yeah. No, I agree with you totally, Bill. The amount of semis and stuff I've seen in crashes on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday or whatever. I mean, it was crazy. I was surprised we were even out there.
I know.
But sure, I think on Wednesday, was it Wednesday? I drove up to Plainwell, and it was easily worse closer to where you guys are than downward. Because I'm like, I was texting the person I had to go see. I'm like, hey, I'm going to be up there around 1:30-ish to whatever. And he was like, yeah, just be careful of the roads, And I'm like, well, it's cold, but like,
Yeah, no.
like it wasn't slick, it wasn't that bad. And as soon as like I got a mile away from like it was bad on my way up. It was
Yeah.
a lot more slick. Once I got to 131,
Yeah.
even south of, because I was on 131 before I got to 94. So it was like south of there, and I'm even like, dang, okay, it's worse the further north you're getting here. And of course, I mean, if you're not texting while driving, are you really living? I mean,
yeah, you gotta take a chance sometimes,
That was Jason Dawson asking to texting while driving. I mean, of course. I mean, I'm risking it every day and hoping an accident happens. I mean,
Jeez.
you never know. I gotta spend Wednesdays in Plainwell sometimes, so I mean, it's not exactly exciting. But he might have been referencing was something you guys had said, but no, as soon as I got up there, like a mile away from the Plainwell exit, there was a backup. And I was like, oh wow. So like just the further closer you got to you guys up in that Grand Rapids area, it was the worse it got, because I was like, like I can go near the speed limit around where I was at, if not right at it. Or,
anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought right around Kalamazoo it was pretty bad. I mean, just up in general. I drove the lakeshore 2 days. I do it every week, but that was rough. That lake effect is real. You know what I mean? It's not fake. That's for sure.
No joke.
But yeah, no, my week was pretty good, other than obviously the weather conditions and just driving. Overall it was pretty good. I went to X Golf over the weekend. I think I was telling Bill this just before this, is come to find out, as long as I have like 6 to 7 beers in me, I can consistently hit about 260 to 270. So I don't know if it's just me being like loose, or I just don't.
Well, you're loose.
Strain in my back when I'm doing it. But yeah, so that was pretty fun. That was pretty cool. But I did see this funny story. It was I don't know if I don't think we've talked about it before, because I think it was recent, but there was a Wendy's worker that recently got shot because the customer showed up. It was like 10:46 at night, and complained that his fries were too cold. So he pulled out a gun.
Yeah.
And he fired a shot and shot the employee in his ass, essentially. And that's when the employee pulled out his own gun and started firing back at the guy. So I think they just caught the guy,
just as Dave Thomas would have wanted
not long ago. But it's like, what do you fire the Wendy's employee? Because I don't think it's policy to carry your own personal firearm while on the clock. But at the same time, he did probably save whoever else was there over the fries. So it's like, is he a hero, or is he is he a hero?
He kind of. I mean, for any of us who've worked in the service industry like that, right? I mean, It's like, dude, you're gonna fire shots. I mean, you felt the heat before from people who are mad about some cold food.
Yeah.
Or just the dumb, like, especially if nobody's fighting with them, and you're like, no, we'll remake it. Sorry.
Right.
I mean, what else do you want? I want it all.
Like, put them twice in the fryer. I want them crispy ones. But
like
yeah, I saw that.
Training Day, just flicking the guns around.
I saw that story and I was like, that's insane. Like, just the likeliness of that happening. You know what I mean? I think it was someplace in Indiana too. I'm not sure, but yeah. So that was my weekend.
Wow,
week,
dude. That's insane. Like, honestly, you're like, how bad of a day have you had to have had already to pull out a gun and shoot at a Wendy's worker for cold fries?
Yeah. Cold nuggets, I understand. Cold
fries.
Sure.
Those, yeah. I mean, honestly, you're not wrong. Because
No.
those nuggets, like they shouldn't have been, unless you're in the middle of a rush. Even
Right.
then, those nuggets could be like Luke.
You'd
Here we
think.
go.
You'd think.
Yeah, well, yeah. But I mean, fries, dude, they hang out, right? And so
Yeah.
Danilo. What's up, good guys? Huh? We're with you, man. Kamusta, you know what I'm saying? So Jason Dawson says, I got spicy nuggets the other day when I asked for crispy in Indiana. Guess I dealt with it the wrong way. I just ate them. No,
No, next time you pull your gun out.
minimum have a knife.
Yeah.
You at least have to threaten somebody. Like, I'll fucking do it, dude. You either warm these nugs up or I'm going to stab you. Or just open fire. Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong, man. It was probably the right way to go to just eat those bad boys.
Yeah, it's probably the right.
You know, probably. It's hard to say. I don't know. I wasn't in Indiana. I was in Ohio last weekend. We were doing glow sledding. They say glow sledding, but really they just string lights over this hill. So like you have to buy in advance. It's like a 2-hour ticket. And it's a lot of fun. I mean, it's just tubing down a really fast hill. And you don't even have to walk back up the hill. It's like a conveyor belt, you know, like you just, you know, they make it as easy as possible, but it's still, I mean, for a 2-hour ticket, you probably get to go 10 to 12 times, depending on your group and how fast you're going. Because there's a lot of people there. I mean, that's why you have to buy in advance. Like they get people in and out of there. But that was a really good time. The kids obviously loved it. I had fun. You know, I mean, it's a good time.
Yeah.
I didn't love it when, like, because they'll spin you if you want. And I still don't agree. Caitlin's like, is it okay? And I'm like, yeah. I mean, I'm not gonna in front of all these people. Am I gonna say no? Because the guys, like me and her, are sitting in our tubes next to each other, and we have to hold it. Like you can't ride together in a tube. You have to like hold each other's tube, like the handle.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah.
And then the guy's like, "You guys want to get spun?" And she's like, "Yeah." And she's like, "Is that okay, Dad?"
And you're just like,
I'm like,
no.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm like, yeah. I mean, it goes really fast, and it's a big hill. Like it's a ski resort too, and they also have this thing. And but yeah, I was fine. You know, I got a lot of weight going, so I think I went further than most people. Like there's like you get to the bottom of the hill, then there's like a light dirt / snow area that goes into some trees, and I ended up in the trees a few times.
Like, wow, I wonder why that happened. I shouldn't have had any extra momentum.
Are these regulation tubes? I don't know.
I've never gone that far in a tube before.
But
well, to your point, real quick, is when I go to water parks and I go down the water slide too.
Splash Zone.
It's so bad. I don't know if I'm just like super fat, but every time
You're
come
all the way
down
to the very end of the slide. You actually touch the back and the bottom of the slide.
It's like at the very end, like I either skip or the tube just pulls me and I just go flying into the water, but the tube just I'm never coming out of that slide holding onto the tube.
With a happy face. So just
that's interesting. Like when I go, I don't flip at the end. I make myself flip at the end so I don't look like I'm struggling to get out of the tube. So as soon as I get to the end, I'll like flip it just so I'm already in the water. So nobody has to see me like trying to get my fat ass out of like the middle, because I wouldn't be able to do it otherwise, I don't think.
Well, you always see people like they come out of the slide and they're just like and then they're just sitting there on the tube. Me, it's never like that. It's always a show.
They get to the end and then they just like bring their legs in and get out through the middle of the tube, and it's like, dude, there's no shot.
No, there's a whole bunch of ass
There's no
crack.
shot. Yeah. That's how I did it in the snow tube too. Like I'd get to the bottom, or whenever I stopped, I would just roll out. I would just roll out of the tube. I mean, what else you gonna do?
Yeah, right.
I don't know. I ain't
Snow
got it
pants.
like
It's hard
that.
to move with these things on.
I mean, it was legitimately, but
Oh, yeah.
still. Younger, yeah, I could have probably just got up.
Right.
Now, no shot.
It's a roll.
No shot. It's rolling out or nothing at all. But I brought this up. I'd meant to bring this up probably a couple weeks ago. It was right after we did our guilty pleasures big 3, which would be a good one to check out for anybody who's watching. I mean, that's a good one. When we talk about, especially for Bill. But I had brought up WWE like as a guilty pleasure, and that Monday, no, it must have been the second Monday in January. Somebody I know who has kids my age, who has kids that are the age of my kids, would text me at 8:30, and I'm pulling it up right now at 8:31, and I had just told them earlier that day that I had taken John to a Monday Night Raw event, like as a birthday present, like 2 months ago. Before that, so they text me, and it wasn't expected. I mean, serious question: how do you stand WWE? Like thinking like from the perspective of how do I stand it having to watch it with John?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Serious question: how do you stand WWE? It was bad as fake looking when we were young, but this, wow. And so I responded, LOL, I don't know. I just remind myself that of course it's fake. It's a TV show as real as anything else out there. And she's like, the guys are so small. Guess the Roys are finally taken seriously, and a lot of them look old too. And I just said, ha ha. They had to ban roids due to health stuff. Definitely a lot smaller. So like that was me like playing it off.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, you know, like I'm not super into it, but that's just kind of how it is now. Trying to like push my views onto that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But I thought it was funny because we had just talked about it, and then I had to like pretend like, you know, like it's not for me. I do it for my kid. Yeah, I'm so I have no shame about it.
But
I
you're
do.
the
I'm
one-
like,
You're the one wearing the Rey Mysterio mask.
Yeah, I'm wearing American Nightmare shirt right now.
Yeah.
Cody Rhodes. And so, you know, I mean, going on that, I mean, you guys got a favorite for the Royal Rumble coming up this weekend?
It's interesting. I don't know.
I mean, just for the sake of your kids, like that, because you got to watch it.
Yeah, for my kids.
Yeah.
John Cena, then I guess.
I was gonna say John Cena.
I don't think he's gonna win it, but
What if he wins it but chooses somebody else, like not a champion?
he's not gonna do. The only reason he'd win it is to get the 17th title, the record.
Isn't WrestleMania going to be his last match?
Yeah, that's why I don't think he'll win it.
You're supposed to put somebody over.
Yeah, that's why I don't think he'll win it.
But he could say, like, you get to, maybe he makes it like I get to choose my own main event, right? So it's him and The Rock one more time or something like that.
They could just do that match. I don't need him to win the Royal Rumble to do that match.
I know, but that gives it a story, right?
I guess. He could win like Money in the Bank or something.
But you both said John Cena, so you think he's going to win it.
I just said John Cena because that's the only one I can think of in who's in it right now.
Well,
maybe
maybe
CM Punk.
Watch this.
CM Punk.
CM Punk.
CM Punk's in it. Yeah.
I think he
Seth
was supposed
Rollins.
to win last year's until he broke his arm. But
really,
so they might continue that. That's the rumor of it. I don't know if that's true or not. But he broke his arm
Rock
in the match.
wins, and they do the match they wanted to do last year. But then again, Roman's not a champ, so
right.
Whatever. I don't know. I was curious. I was going to see if you guys want to get on a pool or something to do I was doing it with my kids. Actually, it was like everybody put in $5, and you could do women's and men's. And then like, so let's say there's 5 of us. I'll put 30 numbers in a hat. You get 1 number per pick, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so like you could have number 2, 8, 14, and 20. But so it's random.
So whoever comes in at those
Yeah.
numbers, right?
Yeah. Because you're just now we should do that. I don't know. No? Okay. All right. Well, I mean, it'd make it more fun to watch because I'm gonna have to watch it for my kid.
Yeah. Yeah,
But
I'm
it
not
makes
gonna watch it
it
for
funner to
myself.
watch. Definitely not at all. But no, I mean, okay. Well, I mean, if there's that's it. You guys are John Cena, huh? It's John Cena all the way.
I think it'll be CM Punk.
Oh, now it's the Punk.
Yeah. So
Is that you're going with Cena?
yeah, I'll go with Cena.
Damian
You go with
Priest.
Cena. Damian Priest. Good.
I bet the Hurricane will be in it.
So
You think so?
Hurricane wins this Royal Rumble.
yeah.
I don't know, man. Bill's go with Cena. I don't know. I mean, you can't even see the guy when he's out there. How are you even going to know if he wins?
It's true.
But, I mean, you're always winning when you get yourself down to the one and only Adobo Boy. Isn't that right, Bill?
That is correct. Let me get my handy dandy notes here. Yes, if Adobo Boy, delicious. If you've ever wanted to try Filipino food in a great setting, Adobo Boy is the place to go. We here at Wake Up love Filipino food, and Adobo Boy, who is the official sponsor of Wake Up with the Sleeper Boys podcast, delivers just that with their amazing food and vibes that are unmatched in the restaurant industry. With an amazing lunch menu, a dinner menu that will fulfill your need for new flavorful food, and a weekend breakfast menu that'll satisfy that morning hunger, Adobo Boy has you covered. While the menus for dinner and breakfast can vary slightly week to week, they will have 3 set items and rotate other items to give the community the different tastes and flavors of the Philippines. The main staples for lunch are there with delicious soups such as beef mimi and pork belly sinigang. Also, they have the ever so addicting lumpia there for your enjoyment as well. There's those 2 dishes, though, that will for sure satisfy your taste buds and leave you full, but always wanting more. Dean, the expert in adobo bowls, give us those 2 bad boys.
Oh yeah. Red's pork adobo bowl is a slow cooked pork, braised in, sorry, I forgot. I haven't said it enough times. Braised in soy sauce and vinegar. Served with Jackie's achara, which is a papaya salad, cucumber, fried egg, and served on rice. The chicken adobo is similar. It's chicken braised in soy sauce and vinegar and coconut milk, which will make it a little bit creamier, and has, I believe, hard-boiled quail eggs on top. It's delicious. Mix them up together. Eat the ingredients separate. It's worth it every time. Definitely recommend it.
That is right. It is so good. Thank you, Dean, for that beautiful description of adobo. So if you are into trying new and different foods or just like some amazing lumpia, adobo, and vibes, stop in and say hi to owners Ace, Jackie, and Son Red, who are amazing people who genuinely care about your experience. Speaking of experiences, we have an expert on those experiences. He is the host. Ed, give us a rundown.
Oh man, I mean the experience. What are you talking about? When you're talking about Adobo Boy, the experience is only just a small portion. I mean, around the whole thing, because you're going to leave there totally enthralled with what you just had. So you're going to walk in, you're going to notice the ambiance, the aromas, everything when you walk in. You're going to feel like I made the right decision. You're going to get in line. And you're going to get up to the front and you're going to talk to somebody who's not only glad you're there, but is going to be happy to help you. You're going to order the amazing food that you got 100% going to enjoy. And on top of that, you're going to get 5% off just by saying Wake Up Podcast. 5% off just by saying Wake Up Podcast. I mean, all that on a discount. So you get to walk in, you get to have the great experience walking in, just knowing you're at the right place. You're going to, which doesn't happen all the time, which is why I say that. You walk into a place sometimes, you're like, man, I'm not sure I'm supposed to be here. Or this is not a place that I think I'm going to enjoy this. But you're definitely not going to feel that way when you walk into Adobo Boy. You're going to get up there, you're going to talk to somebody who is happy to see you, and then you're going to order the amazing food. You're going to get to eat the amazing food. And on top of that, you're going to get 5% off just by saying Wake Up Podcast. You get all that experience, all those flavors, all that enjoyment at a discount just by saying Wake Up Podcast at the register. Again, 5% off just by saying Wake Up Podcast. Truly a deal that you can't beat.
Yes, Jason, I need notes for Adobo Boy.
It is sad.
Still,
It is sad.
it is kind of sad.
It is sad. I've not once used notes for the Adobo Boy ad.
Well, that's
right, baby. That's right. The adobo flows within my blood. I feel it. I got rice in my veins.
I do love Adobo. Thank you, Adobros. So if you want 5% off, you want some delicious adobo, you want those amazing vibes, get down to Adobo Boy, where they are open Tuesday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. for lunch and 5 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. for dinner. Saturday, they will be serving breakfast and lunch from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. Adobo Boy is located at 3740 28th Street, Southeast Kentwood, Michigan, inside the amazing Myanmar restaurant. Make sure you head over to adoboboygr.com or Adobo Boy on Facebook for official menu items and hours. So get down there, get 5% off by saying Wake Up Podcast, get fed, and get happy. It is always better at Adobo Boy. Back to you, Ed.
I don't know why you got to do that, Bill. It's it pisses off the viewers, I'll tell you that, and the listeners. They hate it. I've gotten feedback. They're like, dude, every time he kicks it back to you after the Adobo ad, Adobo. I've shortened it to Adobo. People want to kick you in the throat. I don't get it.
I know.
I don't get it.
I mean, it for me.
do it for me. I do it for my life. Well, yeah. I mean, you go to Adobo Boy. I mean, incredibly flavorful, very tasteful. But sometimes what can feel a little distasteful is getting a bad nickname or a nickname that you definitely want to avoid in general. So that brings us to this week's Build Your Big Three Bad Nicknames Edition. So for those who don't know, Build Your Big Three is a snake style draft where we draft up 1, 2, 3, then back down 3, 2, 1 until we draft our big three. And this week, our big three is bad nicknames or nicknames you don't want, right? So the order this week is Dean, myself, then Bill.
Nice.
Dean, round one, pick one.
Nice.
You are on the clock.
All right. Well,
all right.
My first one is one because we used to call a kid this, and he did not like it at all. But we used to call this kid Dildo.
Oh, thanks.
Dildo.
Talking about a bad nickname, I can tell you that. Oh, that poor guy.
I would want. I tell you what nickname I would want: Boston Market.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
why is that? You got them delicious chicken thighs or what, bro? I mean,
no,
what's going on?
It's kind of a nickname on the golf trip that I'm on. Thanks, Scott, for that.
Is that you? You're
yeah.
Boston Market.
Yeah. Yeah, because I carve them up on the course.
Oh, is that why?
Is that it?
Is that why?
Pretty much.
Or is it you
I'm the
remind
second
yourself of
worst
chicken
golfer.
pot
I
pie?
am the second worst golfer on that golf trip, close to the worst out of 16 people.
Like it's a battle
Carving
for the
them up.
worst.
I mean, if you're carving them up live, they might as well call you Old Country Buffet because you got the old meat cutting station. You shorten it down to OCB, and that's a great nickname.
That's awesome. Oh,
All right. Well, I got the second pick here.
exactly.
Still
Jason.
carving, as in slicing left and
Never
right.
down the
Yeah,
middle.
I mean, hey man, you got to play it backwards. Buzzsaw, Boston Market Bill.
Yeah. Because I'm left-handed.
The backward buzzsaw, Boston Market Bill.
It was a weird thing with my ball sack. I don't know. It's because I'm left-handed.
I shave it from back to front. just to know if I'm feeling something still.
Oh, dang it. Anyways,
you start at the taint and work forward, huh? There you go.
Eddie, you're up.
Round 2, pick 2.
Round 1.
I don't know. There's a ton of great options left on the board. After dildo, I didn't even have that one written down. You wouldn't believe it.
Perfect.
I'm gonna leave one for Bill because there was somebody I think is perfect. Obviously, gosh, I don't know, and mine don't even seem that great when I think of dildo being round 1, pick 1. So I'm just gonna go straight up. I'm gonna go with bitch tits here. As round as round 1 pick 2 is a name you don't want to get. And something I've definitely called people before, whether they had bitch tits or not. Because it's a funny thing to say.
I had a form of bitch tits, but not exactly bitch tits.
But I think it's worthy of a round 1 selection. I don't think you want to go around permanently as bitch tits.
No,
That's just it is what it is.
Probably not.
Bill.
All right.
Bill, you got back-to-back picks here.
I think you know where I'm going with this one.
Yeah.
Based on real life scenarios. First, round 1, pick 3 goes to Chode.
Absolutely.
Right.
Chode.
But is that a bad nickname, though?
Yes.
Why would, I mean, he got it on his varsity jacket. So
is it a large chode? I mean, come on, a little.
It could be a large chode. We don't know.
I mean, you gotta have some reference here.
I mean, when the story goes, he flashed us and it was wider than it was longer. That's the origin of the nickname.
Girls. The
girls
lady
said that, yeah.
Yes, the girls said it's not just
yeah.
Just the boys, you know.
Great addition by JD here. Calling a coworker G-spot because you can never find them.
It's so true.
It's so true. Bill has not once found a G-spot in his life. He just speaks. Bill, he speaks from the Boston Market. Bill speaks from the heart.
Round 2, pick 1.
He's always finding them full rotisserie chickens from behind. He's like, I just haven't found it yet.
Round 2, pick 1, pube eater.
Pube eater.
I think I've just the Chode was the only one that I've heard someone get called. Everything else I kind of made up.
Fair enough.
Like I don't know why anybody would want to be called that. I'm sure someone
pube eater. Well, yeah. Can you imagine? Ooh, I bet I know, and I guarantee somebody is called that. Just based on friends have put pubes. We've seen friends put pubes and stuff.
Definitely.
You've seen more than that, haven't you, Bill?
Moving on.
Shameful scenarios.
Round 2, pick 2.
Look at BMB, Boston Market Bill, getting nervous over there, talking about things that have happened in the past. Didn't want to bring up. Hey, I'm with you. I got shameful things I don't bring up. I'll tell you that right now. There are things people will never know about.
True.
Yep.
Anyway, what's your next pick?
Yeah.
Just saying.
Oh, I thought. Oh, you already
Just
picked
saying.
your first one. Oh, yeah, that's right. Chode.
Let me see.
Pew beater.
Go with like regular stuff, I guess. Butterball. Not an excellent nickname. I mean, as a younger fella, for sure. Even as an adult, you know what I mean? We called you Butterball.
Butterball.
But I think you take it more offense. I don't know. I think that one sticks as an offensive term to you, regardless. You know, you're a big fella, right? And somebody's just out there calling you Butterball all the time.
Or like, you look like Butterbean, you know?
Yeah.
Oh.
Either way, as an adult or a kid, it's gonna piss you off. Nothing about it feels right.
Definitely.
Unless you like knock somebody out with a butterball turkey on your hand.
That's true. Like,
Right?
That's why we call him Butterball.
Yeah.
Like,
We call him Butterball. He knocked him out with a butterball turkey.
That's pretty badass. That guy is a hero.
Back-to-back picks.
Okay. Well, my number 2 pick is going to be Scroat. This is one I read online. I guess the dude had a shaved head that looked like a scrotum, so all his buddies started calling him Scroat.
Scroat.
That one got me. And then I've never heard, but I feel like I've heard somebody called this last one before, but I'm going to go with Stains.
Stains?
Oh, Stains. I feel like I've heard somebody
I think you're
called that
close to
before.
one. I think you're close to one.
Close to it.
Streaks. Obviously, that was a
Streaks.
maybe that's reminiscent of that.
Maybe.
Gosh. I'm going with one that I've heard recently. Obviously, I have a high schooler, and this is what they call this guy. They call him Stink.
Stink.
Oh,
Stink.
yeah. I had
Dude,
smelly guy for
that.
a while.
That being your nickname. Oh,
It's not great. I read some story when I was looking up some different nicknames. I heard some stories of guys being like, when they were a kid, they stunk, so everybody started calling him Stink. And then when he got to college, he just introduced himself as Stink. It's like you can change. You don't have to be Stink forever. When he walked around introducing himself as Stink. I mean, I guess, whatever.
Jason Dawson adds in, skid mark. Yeah, that goes along with stains, skid mark, streaks. Nobody wants to be known for juicy undies. It's not ideal, man. It happens. It happens to the best of them out there. But I'll tell you.
What if your nickname's Skid Mark because you skidded your tire? Like, what if you're a racer, a street racer? You just drifted. You made a mean skid mark. Like, dude, that guy's freaking Skid Mark. Look at these things.
Someone's like, "Yeah, this is my bro Skid Mark." The first thing I'm gonna think of is
he's racing hot rods, isn't he?
He's racing hot rods, man.
Up and down and fast.
What if he just always wore a helmet and like racing gloves? Like,
you're gonna have to. Honestly, if your nickname is Skid Mark to everybody you know, you got to wear a helmet or something at all times.
Fair enough.
So, round 3, pick 3. You have the final choice in this.
Oh man. I'm gonna go. You already got Butterball. We're gonna go with Cankles
as a full nickname.
Just Cankles.
I feel like I've heard somebody just generally being called that before, and I cannot remember.
Just that's a heartbreaker, especially if you're like a woman.
Oh, well, yeah.
Oh, dude.
But I'm thinking of a guy specifically. I can't remember. I can't remember if it was something that just happened all the time. But yeah, just straight up went calf to foot, right? I mean, just and he got called like, let's see them cankles or something. Man. One of those things, or it's just
man.
being bullied. Like, let me see them cankles, bro.
Cankles.
Why are you hiding them cankles from everybody?
That's funny.
Ready to show them off, just fleshy skin at the bottom. All right, so
Just fleshy.
what you guys think of some honorable mentions while I'm going over our big threes? Dean had the first pick, so his big three was dildo. That might be the best one. I mean, scrote and stains. I had the next set of picks. I had bitch tits, butterball, and stink. Bill had the last set, chode, pube eater, and cankles.
You sound like a character from The Sandlot, Billy. Pube eater. Or Mighty Ducks.
Yeah, cake eater. Bill, you had the last pick, so why don't you give us the first honorable mentions?
Yeah. Booger eater.
Sure. Booger
Booger
eater. Yeah.
Shower tugger.
Yeah, I got 3 patches for that. What do you mean?
Yeah.
Sasquatch crotch.
Squatch crotch?
Squatch crotch.
Squatch crotch?
And Tubby.
What's up, dude?
Dean,
That would
you
definitely
got
hurt.
some?
I
You
got
say that one hurt?
that one hurt. I mean, you go traditional.
Come on, Tubby.
You go fatty. That's
Let's hear it.
I also had
What
a
honorable
version
mentions you got, Tubbs?
I had a version of bitch tits as big tits. If you're a guy, that's probably not the best compliment. Hey, they're big tits.
Tits McGee.
Luscious,
Probably not great for women
luscious
either.
titties.
And then I had a
It's
buddy.
a long nickname, but
I had a buddy I didn't do it all the time, but I used to call him Mickey Mouse, and I'd do the voice because he kind of looked like Mickey Mouse. I'm like, "What's wrong?" I'd quote the South Park. I used to quote the South Park episode, the Disney one. You know what I'm talking with the Jonas Brothers?
oh yeah. Stick
I'd
boy.
quote that to him all the time.
Tell you what, man, I'll take that nickname right now. There was a guy where I went to school with that his nickname was just straight up Sticks. So everybody called him. I mean, he was 6'7" and the skinniest dude you'd ever see. I mean, he played basketball. He wasn't even that good. It's like, dude, I mean, like he was good. I think he ended up playing D3 in Illinois. But it was like, dude, you were like 6'7", 6'8". Just the skinny. I'm sure. I don't know how hard he tried to lift. Like, I mean, if he heard this, he'd be like, dude, that's me. I'm Sticks. Like, I don't mean to be offensive. He was a funny dude and whatever. But Stick Boy, when JD brought that up there, that instantly brings to mind. Jason, were you a skinny guy? Is that something that just rings a bell to you?
He's super skinny.
I could see that. To us big backs, man, it's just kind of like, let me be a skinny. That was one of my honorable mentions, was big back, because that's new, and I think it's kind of funny. I mean,
it is. Yeah,
big back is a funny way to say somebody's fat. I think in general, big guy.
Yeah.
You get the big guy when they're like, hey, big guy. Like, it's like, okay, I get it, but like, I'm not tall.
I'm just a guess. So I'm only big for one reason.
So you're like, yeah, I see why you're saying big. And oh yeah. So he was 5'10", Jason Dawson, 5'10", 118 in high school. Holy cow. That's a Zuki right there, ain't it? That's a Nick Zook.
It's a
Kind of.
heavy
Uh,
Zook.
You know,
That's a-
I mean, that's skinny. That's
Oh.
skinny. Lurch. Come on, dude. I mean, I don't want to. I mean, did you have a hump in your back? I mean, what makes people call you Lurch? You're walking around.
I went to the Texas and there was a kid named we called Lurch all the time.
Why?
He's
Why'd
just-
you
he's
guys
just-
call him Lurch?
Well, he was from Bellevue.
Sure. Sure.
He's
Sure,
a
yeah.
big dude. He's like 6'3", 6'4". He's just a goofy personality wise, and the way he looked. He's just a goofy looking dude. So everybody called him Lurch. I don't know. And he wasn't very smart. That was, I mean,
Ah,
yeah,
yeah.
Lurch like the Addams Family.
yeah, Lurch like the Addams Family. You assume. Was Lurch dumb?
I don't think so.
6'2" and awkward. Sure, yeah. Been there, man. Been there. I mean, I'm 6'4". I'm still pretty awkward.
So short.
It's like-
What is it like to be up there?
oh wait, I'm barely 5'10". Yeah, 6'2" and awkward. I mean, Lurch. I mean, dude, but you're tall. But now, I mean, think about it. All right, I don't know Nick. I don't know Nicholas Cover. You guys friends with him?
Yeah, we went to school with him.
You guys did?
I think you and I did.
I went to school. Me
See,
and Bill
now,
both went
now
to
I
school
feel
with
like an
him.
ass. But where is he grade wise? He wasn't in your class.
No, Nick, if you can answer that question, that'd be great.
I'm just saying. I mean, Lurch, was that the Munsters? Was Lurch the Munsters? Yeah, well, yeah, I'm not sure.
It might have.
But I'm just saying. All right, so maybe you were Lurch back in the day, but you're 6'2", and based on the name, we played Rocket football together. Bill.
Shame on you.
And so, okay, you played Rocket football with the guy.
I'm the one that. Yeah. Anyways, sorry,
But I'm just saying, yeah. So you're 6'2", and maybe you got called Lurch. Maybe you didn't love it, but now you're 6'2" and white still. That is a good thing. That's a good thing to be. That is a nice thing to. I don't know if you're married, but like, you know, if you're not, I mean, that's exactly what chicks are plugging into their apps. I'll tell you that. Looking for tall and I'm not sure what else you got going on, but I mean, white is preferred usually. So I would say you're winning now. What? I mean, you can say geez, but it's the truth.
They like caramel.
No, not like
Yeah,
that. Not
Taylor-
Mexican.
Taylor
They don't want you to
remembers
look
Lurch.
Mexican. They, maybe caramel like Greek or Italian. They don't want Mexican caramel. In general, Bill, hey, look, dude, I'm just saying. That is the general sense of the. Oh, jeez. Not Shaner. Come on, dude, get out of here. You don't know me. You don't know me like you
Not a
think you
comment.
do. He is exactly what I'm talking about. How tall are you, Donnie? What is he? What is he? 6? At least 6, right?
Yeah, somewhere right around there.
Yeah. Gosh, I can't stand that guy. Pisses me off. I didn't even get through my honorable mentions.
Ooh.
I'm just getting mad. They want. I mean. Well, yeah, but I'm talking about in general. When they're out there on the apps, it's not normally rich dudes. It's just the general population. It's Gen Pop. It's the prison out there, okay? It's just Gen Pop out there doing their thing. In general, they're looking for tall, light-skinned fellas.
Yep. So what was your honorable mention? Sorry.
What? Why are you so needing to skip past that? You nervous about that subject matter?
We spent a
We're
lot
live.
of time on it.
We're live, baby.
People were commenting on it. That's why.
That's fair.
Yes. All right, I'll move on. I said big guy. I got Thunder Thighs was given to me. I'm like, yeah, that's. I mean, you don't want it, I guess, but as a guy, I wouldn't really care.
It's
I
not
don't
the
know.
ones on the worst.
I brought up one that I was called cheeseburger once, but that was because of a friend. And okay, so there's Cheeseburger Eddie from the Longest Yard.
Yeah.
So it was around that time, and it was so random that the guy said it to me. I'm like, huh? And it was a friend of mine who told him that's what people called me. And I was selling a car, and the guy showed up, and we all knew each other, right? I mean, I didn't know the guy at the time, but then I saw him like 4 years later, and he still called me Cheeseburger. And I'm like, you know, that's not a great nickname to get in general. You got to be honest. Like, nobody wants to be Cheeseburger. Like, I had a friend that we called Burger,
Right.
but I mean, I don't know. Cheeseburger just adds a little something else onto it, you know? I don't know. I just thought that was something. That was more of a personal thing. I left it out of my normal list, but you know, you go there, the cheese just adds a little something extra. Cheeseburger in Paradise. Hey, that's a song, is it not?
Yeah. Could be.
Cheeseburger in Paradise.
Yes,
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah.
Oh. Jimmy Buffett.
Why are you so mad about Jimmy Buffett songs?
No, I'm not.
Bill, you're getting real pissed off with this cheeseburger stuff and the tall white males that ladies are looking for on dating apps. It is such a known non-secret. I guess I can't say. All right. Well, I'll tell you what else. Things are kept in the dark. Things are secret. Some are not. But Dean gets into it during Dean's conspiracy theory of the week.
Oh, yeah. But before I get into this conspiracy, you know, I got to talk about something just a little bit more serious.
Is it about tall white males?
It could be if you wait. If you shut your mouth.
I struggle. I struggle. Girls like statues. Johnny Shaner just said it.
Something a little bit more serious. And that's a way to help your golf game with secondhandbirdies.com. One of the official sponsors of the Wake Up Podcast, handling all your golf club needs without breaking the bank. They're a family-owned business who specializes in taking any and all golf gear and clubs and refurbishing them back to their old glory, which are marked on the site on a quality club rating from 1 to 5, 5 being almost brand new, 1 being nothing special but will get the job done. This ensures easy and pleasant shopping experience, knowing exactly what you are going to get while also providing great customer service and a quick delivery so you can get to swinging clubs as soon as possible. They also offer club cleaning services for those of us that just don't have the time to do it, or like myself, are just too lazy to do it ourselves. All clubs are already at a discounted price, but if you subscribe to their email newsletter, you'll get an additional 10% off your very first purchase. That makes an already great deal even better. Inventory moves fast, so don't wait too long. Get to secondhandbirdies.com, subscribe to the email newsletter, get your 10% off your first purchase, and get to swing as soon as possible. Go to secondhandbirdies.com. So I don't know if you guys have heard of the birds aren't real theory. Have you heard that one? That one's actually a pretty popular one.
Like drones type of thing.
Yeah, essentially, like they're constantly, like, it's the government has like cameras in birds, and they're constantly watching us and stuff. But it's a very popular theory online, but it's actually been proven to be a hoax in a sense. So by a guy that just wanted to prove that you can say anything and people will believe it, essentially, like conspiracy wise. It has a huge following. It has a huge following, and people, like, at least they used to like gather with like signs and stuff and would just have fun with it and be like, oh, birds aren't real. They just go and protest and just have fun. But I recently came across a clip of an episode of the Joe Rogan Experience where he's interviewing. I think she's some sort of interviewer for something. I don't really know. It was a lady who had interviewed scientists about this stuff. But she had claimed that they have actually created something called the robo rat, which is a biohybrid, which is when you mix an animal and machine, right? And she goes on to explain what they were doing with them at the time, which was like mostly just like testing and controlling them like through mazes and stuff like that. They were putting like brain chips in, they're able to like control them through a maze and do all this stuff. But then goes on to say that rats aren't the only animal they've done this with, including pigeons, and oddly enough, like moths too. So like the moths are interesting. So like that's where the birds aren't real. Pigeons are the main thing that people focus on, especially like in the Northeast. When you get a lot of pigeons in like New York and stuff like that, people are like, oh, they're not real. But the moths though are really interesting because they were putting brain chips like into the moth larva. So when it cocooned, it would have the chip built into its system, making it easier to like integrate their systems. And we're able to make these moths like fly around their lab and like do all sorts of different stuff. So now by the end of her like explaining this, she said when she did the interview with these scientists, I don't even know how long ago that he did that podcast with her. But she said when she did the interview with these scientists, it was 4 years ago. So it's like, who knows like how far they've come along since then. You know what I mean? Like whether that be with bugs or the squirrels or pigeons and all sorts of different stuff. So do you guys think the birds aren't real theory is like just for fun? Or could there actually be some truth to this? And like we are just constantly being watched by the government.
Yeah.
He's awake.
Yeah,
he gets it.
He's woken up.
He's been awake for a long time now. I can tell.
This is going to be on audio too. There's a comment from Jason that said the Chinese actually have nano drones in the shape of bugs,
like beetles and stuff like that. Yeah, I've heard that. It's very.
I don't know. When you think about tall white dudes,
jeez,
in regards,
it was a white dude that did the birds aren't real theory.
I already knew. I got to be honest. They're at least 6 foot or taller. But when I think about it, I don't think all birds are in on it. I think it's very possible that they have created very incredible bird-like drones.
Definitely
among it, for sure. I mean, I don't see why not. Just to see if people recognize it, whatever. And they've probably tested it here, probably tested in other countries. I don't think. I think birds have been around longer than us, right? Isn't that the general consensus kind of thing? Like, yeah, I mean, so yeah, I think birds are birds, but I think there's definitely a possibility that they've created bird drones. I wouldn't know the difference.
I don't think
a tall white guy might know.
I don't think the theory is all birds. I think it's more like there's a good number of birds that are just like drones, like you said, like bird drones, or like have cameras in them or brain chips, things like that. But like I said, the original theory, this guy literally just started going out and just started yelling, birds aren't real, birds aren't real. And people just started joining in. And then it just became this whole thing.
Like, yeah, like, you know what? I feel that.
Everybody's like, yeah, you know what? They might not be real. You know what I mean? And then
I've been questioning these birds for a while. Early bird gets the worm, my ass. What early bird? I ain't seen one bird be early in years.
So yeah, no, I thought it was an interesting one. It's been around for a while, but I thought it was a good one to bring up.
Yeah.
I don't know, Bill. Do you think birds are are checking in on you, bro?
I'm in the same boat as you. I don't think all birds are into the whole thing, but I like like you guys said, I think in what Jason said too, I'm sure there are
variants of it.
How do they?
variants where they look like birds and they're like drones or whatnot. So
it's very interesting to think.
I'm awake. I'm awake. You've woken me up over these past 46 episodes.
Do you think is that true? Hey, you know what? I actually Bill probably gets shit on by birds. That's a great contribution to the pod, honestly.
I did once when I was a kid.
Oh yeah,
at school. Yeah,
saying that story.
We were playing kickball, and all of a sudden, blow, right on the shoulder.
Government.
Let's say one time I was at
kicked that ball too hard.
It's marking me.
Yeah.
We're watching you, boy.
One time I was at the beach. 3 kids. They were much younger then. There was probably like, I don't know, 6-7 years ago. So like my oldest was probably 8 at the time and the other 2 were young. So like you had to be out in the water with them, right? Like you had to be actively out there. So the 2 younger ones were out there and it was a really nice lake. Like it was probably like 2 feet tall for like 30 feet out. And so are they drones targeting BMB? Boss of our Bill carving them up. Are you sure it shouldn't be OCB, Bill? I don't know, man. I just love the live carving station picturing in the Old Country Buffet. And that's come up on TikTok recently too, the training videos from the Old Country Buffet guys.
Oh yeah, like from the 90s.
Yeah. But anyway, I was out there. I was messing around with the kids for a good 20 minutes. And then like, it was such a, I shouldn't say it like that, but it was a rarity at the time for their mom to come out and be like, okay, I'll take over. You can go relax for a couple. And so I went and sat down, not within 5 minutes of bird shit on my foot. As soon as I got relaxed into a chair for like 2 minutes, the only time it's ever happened in my life, a freaking bird crapped on my foot. And I'm like, yeah, that adds up, man. So I just went back out in the water because I had to wash my foot off.
At that point,
I got 30 seconds of chill and then had to get back to work, man. It was just, I thought I was getting a gift and I just wasn't tall and white enough to get it.
Jeez.
You like those callbacks? You're not into that?
Yeah. Tall and white.
Now I can't stop myself, which is the issue. It's gonna dive bomb this whole thing. Let's see.
Dive bomb.
I will tear this place down. But nothing could tear this place down faster or funnier or more fun than during Bills Balls games.
For tonight, I was gonna do word link tonight, but we're just gonna go with true or false trivia. Let's think that's simple enough.
Hey, you guys in the comments, see if you can get in on this.
Yeah.
Well, I don't want to give you guys the answer.
What if they do? I won't know if it's right or not.
Okay. That's fine. I mean, it means nothing, right? Like in the grand scheme of things, like we're just.
Do I win $100,000 after this, or
if I win, Dean eats 30 tacos next week. If I lose, Dean eats.
I still eat 30 tacos, but I'll do it in my own time.
Hold on. Here, the real question. No, before we get to that, the real question is: do you think you could eat 30 in an hour?
In an hour?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. I think so.
I don't know if that's like a big number or not. That is a lot of tacos.
It's a lot of tacos, but
Look at this.
should be
Jason, is 30
too much.
tacos
That'd be 2.
a
Can eat
decent
2 of them.
amount to do in an hour? Or is
Yeah,
that like, or is that
for the
like
chat.
not? Yeah. I don't know. I'm curious, like, because I'm like, well, that's only
It's a lot of tortilla. Is really
you could
what
do
it boils
one every
down
2
to.
minutes.
If you're getting it from Taco Bell, you know what I mean.
Yeah, we'll say Taco Bell. We'll say Taco.
Say
Bell.
Taco Bell, yeah. Get
Yeah,
3
party
party packs. Yeah, get 3 party packs, which is like, well, I'm gonna be spending like $80 on friggin' tacos. The
Well,
hell
Bill will
is
send
that?
you some cash to supplement.
Yeah, well, yeah. That's fine. So, do we want to do that next week then?
30. Just could you put? Yes, yeah. If you puke, you're out, right?
Yeah, you can't throw up.
Do you
30
think you
before
can do
puke.
it?
Do I think I can do it? Yes.
Yeah.
Will it suck towards like the last 10? Yeah, that's. I mean, it's not gonna be like super easy. What if I
all
just
hard
mow
shell?
right through it? I got the last 6, and I'm just like, might as well.
Can they be all hard shell?
I'm not a fan of the hard shell.
No,
know.
that's
messy.
dude, hard.
That's
And then
what
it's
I'm talking
crunching.
about.
I'm crunching. the
Yeah, I
entire
know.
time.
That's what I want. I want some crunch in there. Cakewalk. 30 tacos under an hour is too easy.
In an hour, yes, I believe 30 in an hour, especially Taco Bell.
30 Lopez Taco House. Ooh, I mean, dude, I could do 30 Lopez in an hour with tons of time to spare. they're too good.
No,
And they're not even, I don't even think they're as big or be as filling as a Taco Bell soft
I
taco.
mean, I could probably down 6 like soft tacos in a matter of like 5 minutes. If they're soft, yeah.
Can I wrap them together? Put
Hard
2 or
shells
3
are
stacked
real.
on top of each other.
That's real, baby.
That's real.
You want to keep it real? I think if it was
I'm an
gonna
open
be
burrito
30,
guy.
I think if it's
Sorry.
30
Open
within the hour, then at least a third of them have to be hard shell.
What if I'm putting fire sauce on all of them?
What's that? That makes them better. That makes them easier to eat.
It makes them so delicious.
Dude, I would.
Delicious.
I'm
I
thinking
put
of the
2 per
sound
taco.
quality on this thing. I'm not going to mute my mic. You think I'm going to mute my mic? I'm not going to mute my mic.
No, we don't
You
want
gotta
you to
listen
mute your
me
mic.
You listen to me crunch 12 tacos.
Oh,
Is that how many's in a
While you're
party pack?
talking.
12?
yeah.
I've never
So-
actually bought a party pack.
36 in
I just order 12.
what do you think? 36 in 45 minutes?
Now we're up in the number. Come on now.
No, I
No.
think 30 is fine. I don't need. We don't need.
Well,
you to
36 because
die.
3 party packs.
Yeah, I'll just have leftovers.
Oh,
Or I'll
you're
just
gonna
Well, you
want
got to eat all 12 hard. You got to eat at
yeah,
least
so
12
I
hard
just-
then. 1 party pack's hard shell.
Why did 12 have to be hard?
Because
they
it
all
throws a
just be
wrench.
soft?
I honestly think most
Actually,
people,
if
like-
anything, that
they
would
said
help me because
cakewalk,
of the
30
texture
tacos.
difference.
Okay,
You're helping me.
that's great. No, that's great.
Great.
I would
Fucking
love
great.
to help you.
Freaking great.
I'd
Freaking great.
I would love for that to help you.
I'd love to eat 12 hard shell tacos.
What if we went with El Monterey?
Oh my! What
Those
do you
are-
mean, like the
those are-
frozen?
Oh, the frozen burritos. Now they're
Oh.
burritos.
I'm not eating. I
That-
couldn't eat 30 of those.
Well, who said that? Somebody said, hard shells are real. Soft shells are open burritos.
Yeah, I'm
So
an
it's the
open-
same thing.
I'm an open face
Ah,
burrito.
yeah,
It's
guy.
the same deal.
Well, those are a little hardy, you know.
So
I get the
that's what,
chimichangas, and then it's a whole thing.
two tacos a minute.
I
Or
got a
no,
thicker tortilla.
a taco every
Yeah,
2
it'd be-
minutes.
It'd be a taco for every 2 minutes.
Oh,
Which that's
man.
nothing.
Just shove.
It's still a
it all in
lot.
my mouth.
30 tacos is a lot.
That's a lot.
Well, why don't we do 3 party packs in an hour? You're only
No.
adding 6 tacos.
Yeah.
I have
how about this?
leftovers.
How about this? We'll see what happens at 30. And then Eddie will probably shame you into the last 6.
Probably.
No, I
not.
won't.
I won't.
I would
eat 'em,
love
don't
to.
care.
I would try, yeah, but I don't think it's gonna work. I'll give it a go.
You can ask my friends. I'm not easily peer pressured into many things.
All right.
Wow.
So next week, 30 soft shell tacos from Taco Bell.
All soft?
12.
Let's start soft and then get hard later.
Too late. Too late, buddy. Podcast
Yeah,
has
well,
been
here's
going
the
on for
thing.
an hour.
Here, real quick, here's the thing about the hard tacos is that eventually the bottoms get so like saturated with oil
Yeah,
that
so
the
it's just
bottoms
messy.
break out.
You
Yeah.
can eat them in the middle. We're talking an hour. An
I
hour of
know.
time. How
I mean,
soggy
within
did it
10
get?
minutes, the hard taco, the bottom starts to fall out.
10, more like as soon as you get it in the bag.
I think
Yeah.
at least a third of these tacos should be hard.
How about
Hard as
instead
a
of hard
rock.
tacos, I get 12 beefy
World
5-layer
record for hot
burritos.
dogs is 83 in 10 minutes.
Just make it 3 times as hard.
That's true. It's maybe like half a bag of chips.
30 tacos?
83 world record for hot dogs, 83 in 10 minutes. 30 tacos in 1 hour does seem weak. I agree.
I'm not Joey
But he's not a
Chestnut.
professional. Yeah.
I'm not guzzling hot dogs at a freaking 10 a minute a rate, okay? It's not going to happen.
A double decker. Does a double decker count as 2? I don't think so, because I think you still have mostly
in
the
that
same amount of
scenario.
meat. I think you have mostly the same amount of meat as you would in one taco. So I think you're shortchanging yourself at the double decker. Although double deckers are nice,
Very nice.
I don't think
If
it's
we were
as
sponsored by Taco Bell, Dean could do 30 chalupas in an hour.
6 Baja Blasts.
12-pack of Cinnabons to
gross.
finish her
Wow,
off.
more like 2 packs of the Cinnabons. Give me that 30
Diabetes,
pack.
diabetes
so what
and a
is-
heart attack.
Yeah, I might die after.
Guzzling that hot dog. Yeah,
I'm
that's
just trying
true.
to see if
He
30
doesn't
tacos
chew.
gives me a
Dean
heart
doesn't
attack at the
chew
end of
hot
it.
dogs.
I
It'd be the
freeze
bread
them.
that's the issue.
I freeze them and take my temperature the other way, if you know what I'm saying.
He eats them the other way.
He 2 at a time, but not in the same hole.
Yeah, not
Whoop!
Just meat in the middle. Okay. 30 tacos next week.
Is 30 in
The
an
fifth-
hour? Or should we just reduce the time?
Yeah, that's fine. 30 and a half hour.
Could you do one a minute?
I mean, I'm not gonna be able to talk, but
I don't think he's going to be able to do 30 and 30. Do you
How
think
about-
you
I don't
can?
know. I don't.
Do
think-
you think you can?
I said no. Already, I said no.
Yeah, that's right. I've seen it.
You got
It's
a
good.
point.
It's
He
the
wouldn't
best
be
way
able
to
to
eat
like,
Donnie Shaner eats corn on the cob the long way. Yeah, I mean it's disturbing, but it's also a Thanksgiving tradition we have. So, Dean does
Everybody
an
likes
amazing
my
job.
caramel corn. You know?
Zero gag reflex,
My caramel corn on the.
and then
cob.
we give him actual corn. It's
Yeah, let's
crazy.
get to this game.
All
So what
right.
is it? 30 and 30?
No, 30 and 45. Because he does have to do his conspiracy and he does have to do the weekend.
We'll do his
And the
conspiracy
ads.
after. Look, we're already at an hour 13.
I know,
So,
I was
like-
hoping to be done by now.
So, all right, here we go. True or false questions. Random questions. All right.
All right.
Here we go. Eddie won first last week.
I think so.
Or Eddie won
Yeah, I'll
last
go
week.
first. Yeah,
Okay.
I'll go first.
All right. All planets in our solar system orbit the sun in a circular path.
I'll say false.
I think true.
Eddie's up 1-0. We're playing to 5.
What is
Sound good?
it then?
It is false. The orbits are elliptical.
What is that? Is that like a stairmaster? Or
Jason
what?
Dawson said false. He's also down 1 zip.
No, he's right.
He's up. Yeah, that means he's right.
Oh,
You're
did
right.
I say false?
Yeah, you
Yeah,
did.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, we're up on Dean 1 zip.
Okay. A group of Dean, you answer first. A group of crows is called a murder.
Oh, that's true.
It's true. I can't just give
2-1,
it away.
Eddie. It is true. A group of crows is indeed called a murder.
If I didn't know it for a fact, I would have went
Murder.
the other way. But
Right.
Here
No,
we
yeah, that's pretty.
Question 3. Eddie, your answer first. Dolphins sleep with one eye open.
I'm gonna say false.
Oh, that's true.
We're tied at 2. It is true. Dolphins keep one half of their brain awake for breathing and to watch for predators.
I thought it'd
Yeah.
be both eyes open or something.
They sleep weird. They sleep half their body at a time.
What did I say? False.
You said false. Yep.
So me and JD, we're 2-2 against Dean right now.
Yep. A snail. True or false? A snail can sleep for 3 years.
Oh, it's on me. I'm gonna say false.
I'll go true.
It is true.
Woo!
He's up 3-2.
Freaking knew
That's why
it.
they're
Me,
so
JD,
smart.
are 3-2.
Some snails can enter a prolonged state of hibernation. So, all right, 3-2.
I
Eddie.
didn't know they hibernated.
Oh.
It's interesting. Ah.
Love your shell. Very cozy in there, isn't it? 3 years? It's been 3 years in there.
All right.
I didn't know.
3-2, Eddie. Let's go with
You know who doesn't get stuck in mud?
tall weight guys.
Yes, I was going
Gold-
to say that, Bill. Jeez, what the
gold-
hell's wrong with you?
Gold is a good conductor of electricity. True or false?
I'm up.
Yes.
Mhm.
I'm gonna say false.
I'll say true.
Tied up at 3. It is true. Gold is an excellent conductor of electricity. 3-3 as we head into round. I don't know what it is, 5 or 6. Leonardo da Vinci painted the Sistine Chapel ceiling.
It's on me, right?
Yes.
True.
That was an old.
I'm
that
gonna
was
say
from,
false.
Eddie's up 4-3. It was painted by Michelangelo.
Michelangelo.
Oh, Michelangelo.
4-3, Eddie. Eddie can win on this one.
Come on.
The Spanish Armada was defeated by the English in 1588.
I'm gonna say false.
I have to say true.
Ooh, we're tied at 4. It is true. The Spanish Armada was defeated by the English Navy in 1588.
Hmm.
All right, someone can win here.
Actually, JD just won.
I
He already
think
won.
too.
He just won on that one.
Yep. All right.
Good work.
The Black Death
He's
occurred
Googling
in
it.
the 14th
Whoa.
century. True or false?
It occurred in the 14th century, you said?
Yes.
I'll say true.
I'm gonna go false.
This is for the win. It looks like Jason answered false on that one.
He did.
You both are wrong. It is true. It devastated Europe between 1343 and 1351. That is the game. Dean wins. Congratulations, first live stream victory.
In my head, that's the 13th century, but that's wrong.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So that
I've
is
actually
the
read
gotta
about
eat. You got to eat 40 tacos next weekend.
I could do it. I could do it. You're scared. I'll do half hard shell.
Oh,
You
do all hard shell.
You see, I was
Let's
going to
do
go
all
something much more aggressive, but I'll tell you what, you can't handle. the amount of hard shells I can.
My jaw hurts.
So
Yes, Jason, we know the 14th was the 1300s. I'll tell you, in my head, it doesn't work that way. And I mess it up.
So that was Bills Balls Games.
The
Back to
stupid
you,
game.
Eddie.
That was one of the worst ones you've done in weeks.
Yeah, I know.
Jeez, oh Pete. It's like you don't even care. I'll tell you what, it's so casual and flippant. It's like, what are we even doing this for? Because when you do games like that, Bill, it makes myself, it makes all the viewers upset. No, you didn't like it.
You liked it.
You didn't like it. Other than him, other people hated it. I'm telling you that right now. And they've texted me privately how much they hated it.
I'm just
Watching
gonna
it
leave
live
this
stream. Okay, I liked it. Doing it to watch Dean. Yes, 30, 30, 30, 30.
All right, I'll pay for half of them.
Wow. Okay, so Dean's got half, you got half. That's perfect. We could all pay for a third. Nobody's buying Baja Blast.
What about the frozen?
Nobody
one?
with any self-respect is
frozen
buying Baja
one?
Blast.
Baja Blast is delicious.
You have no self-respect.
I want the frozen one.
Oh no, I know. Honestly, most people that have tried it seem to really enjoy it. So I can't talk trash about it. It's just not something I like. I don't know what it is. Anyway, let us know. Thank you, Jason Dawson, for playing along, who actually won our Bills Balls games tonight.
Yes, thank you.
He did.
It only takes one other person one time to win the game.
He's 1-0.
Hey, you're not under the heat of these lamps, man. I'll tell you that.
Put you under the lights.
Yeah. Let us know what you scored during. Did the Chiefs just win too? Oh, that's gross. During Bills Balls games, what you thought? Are birds even birds anymore? Or are they just drones? During Dean's Conspiracy Theory of the Week, and of course, the worst nicknames you've ever heard. It doesn't have to be a general one or whatever. Just let us know what you thought. And if you've heard a really bad nickname, let us know in the comments. But please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. We will see you next week on Wake Up.
You guys have a good one.